Slavic peoples. So first off, I'm personally not Slavic, but I did grow up around a lot of them, and after 10 years of doing this job, I've talked to people from every Slavic country on earth, so I think I kind of have the gist of it. If you're Slavic, if I get anything wrong, please feel free to correct me in the comments. Anyhow, the Slavic peoples are the largest ethno-linguistic group in all of Europe, more than the Latins and more than the Germanics. And after interacting with them so much, I've observed there are a few general things that they all kind of share in common. Number one, Slavs generally just don't give a and they don't have to cater to every single one of your little feelings. They've been through a lot and they've seen and heard it all. In fact, the word slave even comes from the word Slav because historically they were the most enslaved Europeans on earth. The Vikings, the Romans, even Arabs and North Africans were enslaving Slavs. So it might be wise to avoid getting in a conversation where you try to lecture them about past grievances. Number two, they're all obsessed with soup. I don't know what, like heavy, thick, hearty soups. And also, they can take the most boring ass vegetable like a beet or a cabbage and they know how to cook it like 470,000 different ways. Now, Slavs are generally divided into three separate cultural regions: Eastern, Central or Western Slavs, and South or Balkan Slavs. These are Orthodox Cyrillic writing Slavs, these are more Catholic-y Latin script writing Slavs, and the South is like a cluster of everything, plus there's even a few Muslim Slavs. These are Vodka Slavs, Beer Slavs, Rakia Slavs. Eastern Slavs, Belarusians, Russians, and Ukrainians are kind of like the OG original Slavs, because all Slavs are said to have originated and migrated out of Kievan Rus, which is this general area by the Dnieper River in Eastern Europe. And since many of these areas were under the Mongols and Golden Horde empires, you see a lot more like Eastern steppe folk tradition in their culture. Central or Western Slavs are kind of like the posh Slavs, you know, the Czechs, the Poles, and Slovaks. You know, they actually had all their papers in order and they joined the EU. You know, like they've always been seen as like the bridge between the East and West. So you're gonna see a lot more Western European influence here, you know, like Baroque and Gothic architecture. And finally, Southern or Balkan Slavs. Let's just say this place is a lot more loud and colorful. This is the most diverse region in the Slavic world with the most subgroups, made up of 7 countries, 6 of which used to be Yugoslavia. You know, like historically, this place had a lot more like Mediterranean / Greek / Ottoman influence, so you see that a lot in their cultures. You know, they eat like cevapi and baklava, they borrow a lot of words from Turkish and Greek. But yeah, from my general observations, that's kind of how the Slavic world is. If I get anything wrong, again, correct me in the comments, Slavic people, okay? Cool, cheers.